how to make another board. Ordered some plans off the line. This is kind of a complicated board. Ain't no way I'm coming at this on my own. I gotta have some instructions. Ordered this off a guy named Eric. I can't pronounce his last name. He lives in Denmark. It's over 50-something pages of cutting instructions. It's gonna be pretty challenging. They call for a dark wood and a light wood. For dark wood, I'm gonna go with black walnut. That's my favorite. For the light wood, I got some hard maple. All right, start milling these things down and we'll start cutting. All right, I've got my walnut and my maple milled down to 1 inch and 13/16. Time to start cutting strips. All right, I've got all my strips cut. There's a lot of cuts, and it's pretty precise cuts. I'm using like a 1960s Craftsman table saw. It's not as accurate as it probably needs to be, but now that I got all my strips come out, I gotta make 2 separate cutting boards. I gotta do one like this, and one like this. One's got dark wood on the side, and the other one's got light wood on the side. So, go ahead and make 2 separate cutting boards. All right, I've got both my boards glued together. Got them planed down. Notice I got one with the dark ends and one with the light ends. So, we're ready to go ahead and start cutting strips this way now. Hope it turns out right. All right, I went ahead and cut it all into strips. The object behind this, I see you start out with the ones on the dark end, and then you have to go with the light. These 2 stay the same size. You have to start reducing the size of these. Had one started over here. See, that's the regular size. These are a little smaller, a little smaller, a little smaller, a little smaller, till you get down to a narrow one in the very center. This will give it the illusion. I went ahead and put another one together. I've already included. I just took the clamps off of it. I still got to sand it. Like I said, it's not perfect. I blame it on me and my ancient table saw. I think I gotta make excuses somewhere. But we'll get this thing sanded down and see what it looks like. All right, got the board complete. It's all sanded. Been a pretty tough one. I have made a few mistakes, I gotta be honest. Will I try to make another one? Absolutely. Let's put a little oil in this thing, see what it's gonna look like. Yeah, this has been a pretty tough board. I was short on wood. Miscut a few pieces, but I think it's gonna come out pretty nice. What you think? Yeah, I'll definitely try making another one. It's supposed to be perfectly square. I ended up with a rectangular. Got my handles cut in. Not a bad looking board. Just don't look at it close. You can see where a lot of my lines don't line up like they should. But that's what makes it original. Not bad. What you think?